The way the African American culture and history has affected their overall family and leadership role is, I personally think that the racism and the prejudice being held towards the African Americans has actually bonded um, the African American culture and families, which I don't think that's the correct way to be bonded by. But this is the take that the African Americans took to, I guess one can say, cope with all the hatred surrounding them, making their families a lot stronger than most families. The other thing is the dominance. The male is dominant, obviously, is what we learned throughout the textbook. This is because the male takes on many aspects and many roles, like the community leader, the family leader, the breadwinner, stuff like that, just to keep the male, like, macho, I guess, as we learned in the Latino history and culture. They hold that male macho role. The way a a white privilege play in the African American perspective is, I think African Americans might think the if the caseworker is a white person, I don't think they'll necessarily think that they don't relate to them, or that they can't necessarily sympathize with them, or sympathize with them because they don't understand what they went through, or they were actually on the giving end of all the racism and prejudice, which I can understand why an African American would see it that way. I think as a caseworker, I wouldn't have an issue with this because I personally come from a minority culture and ethnicity, which I'm not saying I can completely relate to an African American, but I can relate on certain aspects about the gender roles and how family and religion has been that structure to hold them together when there wasn't anything else around them. And as a caseworker, that's something we learn to bring into the resources that we offer to our clients, which knowing our clients would be beneficial, and that's why it is recommended to have that cultural competence going into the field. Thank you.